What's up, Yu-Gi-Oh players? This is Blue Lightning back. And what do we have for you today? It's Buster Bladers. But this time we're running a small puppet engine. I guess you could say like old school puppets. They do wonders for this deck. Alright, let's get into it. As you know, Buster Blader, the Destruction Swordsman, is treated as Buster Blader on the field and in the grave. Makes it really hard to go into your fusion. You can also use super polymerization to get into your fusion. But when a monster is destroyed, you can equip it to him, and you can unequip it to destroy the monster of that type. Regular Buster Blader. I've also seen the ratios on these, and the ratios differ between, decks. One of the bread and butter, Buster Welt, has three distinct effects. On summon, it can search a Destruction Sword card. It can also attribute itself to special Buster Blader from hand or grave. If this card is in the grave and you control a Buster Blader, you can discard a Destruction Sword and special it. Makes it easy to get back and synchro summon for Buster Dragon. One of the best cards in the deck. With Dragon Buster. All the little guys do something when they're equipped to a Buster Blader monster. This one makes it so they can go into their extra deck. Wizard Buster and Robot Buster. One stops spells and traps already on field, and the other stops graveyard effects. This deck is an anti-dragon deck. Obviously, hand traps. And we're on the puppet engine. Queen. When your opponent adds monsters from the main deck to the hand, except by drawing it, except during the damage step, you can special this card from your hand. If this card is normal or specialed, you can special one level 7 Earth Warrior monster from your hand or grave. If you special summon Puppet King by this effect, all Earth Warrior monsters you currently control gain 1,000 attack to the end of the next turn. You do kind of lose the ability, to gain for the attack gain, but it lets you special Buster Blader from deck. They need a Buster. This deck honestly needs a Buster Blader version of this card. Puppet Rook. So on normal summon, you can change this card to defense, and then if Foolish Burials an Earth Warrior monster from your deck. Opponent's monsters your opponent controls must attack this card once per turn. If this card's targeted for an attack, you can target one level 6 or higher Earth Warrior in your grave, send this card to the grave, and if you do special that monster and change the attack target. So basically this summons a Buster Blader, essentially your Puppet Queen, and changes the attack target to that one. Puppet Pawn. This card can attack directly. When this card inflicts battle damage, you can add promotion from your deck to your hand. You can banish this card from the grave and add one Earth Warrior monster from your deck to your hand, except him, and then your opponent gets to add one monster from their deck to their hand. So this is like a double-edged sword. You can send this off of Rook to get your Buster Blader or another Earth Warrior monster, but and a lot of times you don't want to give your opponent the access to their monsters. But it's an okay effect. Destruction Sword Fusion, you guys know what this does. This is the Dex Poly, and you can discard a Destruction Sword to add it back to hand. Most of your cards, majority of your cards are going to be traps. Memories, you can discard the Destruction Sword and special Buster Dragon, or my bad, you summon a Buster Blader monster from the deck. You can banish this card from the grave, and its special is the Fusion, Buster Blader Fusion. Now, this is the one, Prologue, that special summons Buster Dragon by sending the material, sending it from your deck, but it destroys it during the end phase of the next turn. You can banish this to protect your Destruction Sword cards you control from being destroyed by battle or card effects. Destruction Sword Flash. If you control the Fusion, you can activate this and then banish all the monsters your opponent controls. This is in the grave, and your Fusion would be targeted. You can banish this to negate and destroy it. 3 Foolish Burial Goods, and these are for Return of the Dragon Lords to protect your dragon, your Buster Dragon. Obviously some staples. Dark Ruler. Again, you can run Super Poly too. Dragon Capture Jar. I would put this at 2. I only have 1, so Mirror Force, staple, and then 2 Promotion. You can target a level 3 Earth Warrior monster, send it to the grave. If you do special 1 level 4 or higher Earth Warrior monster from your deck, then you can, if you control a puppet monster that was originally Earth Warrior, that special summon monster gains attack and defense equal to the number of cards currently in your opponent's graveyard times 100. So you can bring out your second way to bring out Buster Blader, and in case they decide to, like, you know, try to run them over, it ain't gonna work. Obviously, you guys know what the Fusion does. Stops dragons from activating their effects, and it does Pierce. He can't attack directly, and he gains 1,000 attack and defense for each dragon your opponent controls, and in their grave. Dark Paladin negates spells, and he gains 500 attack for each dragon. One of the essential cards in the deck, Buster Dragon, has 2 effects. On your turn, well, first off, it's a walking DNA surgery. Except all monsters your opponent controls become dragon type. Once per turn, if you don't control a Buster Blader monster, you can target a Buster Blader in your grave and special it. And during your opponent's turn, you can equip one of the little Buster Blader guys to a Buster Blader monster you control. I changed the extra deck up a little bit. The link. Shogi Brook. And that's it for Buster Blader. Hit like and subscribe. Catch you on the flip side.